All right, what's up, guys? Guess we're gonna make a YouTube channel. Several of my buddies have YouTube channels, and they've kind of been trying to talk me into it for a while now. And I figure what better time than now when we're on coronavirus quarantine and we can't do anything else except for work on the race car and make YouTube videos. So most of you guys know me. I'm Shannon Young, owner, driver, tuner, crew chief, mechanic, truck driver at Bloodbath Racing, basically. We're just going to share some technical information on our page and basically the day-to-day struggles of a small tire racer on a budget. Just trying to keep up in this crazy racing world that we do. So hope you guys enjoy some footage. We'll have technical stuff, racing stuff on our page. You might learn some stuff. Chassis setup, engine tuning, power management. We do all that stuff ourselves, basically. We don't claim to be a professional, but we get by pretty good. We had a very successful year last year, and we made a bunch of changes. We've been struggling a little bit, as you can see, taking the engine out right now. Actually just put it in yesterday from a fresh nut, and the ring seal is not great, so we're going to take it right back out and pull it apart. Have some fresh leaves put in it and try it again. So this will make engine removal number 2 for the week. So that's par for the course around here pretty much. But if you guys could just like and subscribe and follow along, be all kinds of craziness, I'm sure. I got a big family. We all race. We're a race family pretty much. That's all we do. And anyways, enjoy. Just taking taking the headers off and getting everything unhooked on the engine. Luckily, this thing's pretty easy to work on. It's built that way because, we have to work on it pretty much 24/7. Like right now, I'm taking this header off a little bit, but I kind of have a sequence where I've had this engine out so many times, sadly, that I have a sequence of how I do it that's most efficient. So I won't pull this header all the way off because the starter's directly under it and you'll short it out if you're not very careful on the battery cable. So before I totally take this header off, I'll get under the car and take the bell housing bolts out and the torque converter bolts, because it's easiest to use the starter and just jump it over from underneath to pull the torque converter bolts out instead of trying to turn the engine over by hand. Because this thing has some serious valve springs in it, and the engine's nearly impossible to turn over by hand. It sucks. So before I take this header completely off, I'll get underneath and do that stuff from underneath first. This one's already off. We just snatch the hoses and wires off of this thing and get it out of here pretty quick. I've done it so many times that I have a pretty good system down. Once you've taken the engine out like 20 times or more.
Do you normally do this all by yourself?
As you guys will see, this happens all the time. Not usually. I'm not doing this by myself. A lot of times I got help from Brian Fondren, and sometimes John Phillips will hang out. I'm sure you guys have seen me on his page if you follow Turbo John. He has a YouTube channel with a decent following now, and I've been on his channel, and I think I've been on John Doc's channel a couple times, talking trash about LS motors pretty much. But those guys are my buddies. We give each other hell, but we'd do anything to help each other out also. So guess I'm gonna get under this thing and snatch all the bolts out of the torque converter and the bell housing real quick. so I can get back up here and finish taking it. We got both headers off pretty much, got the intake off, got all the wiring in here so far. We're probably about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes in. I'm gonna get under the car and unhook the transmission. Drop the starter, flywheel bolts, bell housing bolts, get all those done. And then we just gotta unhook the motor plate, and this thing will be ready to snatch out of here in maybe another 15, 20 minutes. Power on. You didn't turn the power on.
No, I waited for
Okay,
you.
we're gonna turn the power on the car so we can use the starter to bump the engine over to get the flywheel bolts out. It's a lot easier than turning it by hand.
Okay.
We already did that earlier.
I'm gonna turn the power on.
Do what?
So I'm gonna turn the power on.
Well, when you edit the video, well, we got all the flywheel bolts out. So we just got a couple of bell housing bolts to get from under here, and we'll be done underneath for the time being till it's time to put it back in. Hopefully it's longer than a 24-hour cycle this time, but done this once or twice, a whole bunch of times. All right, 2 more bolts on the other side, and the trans, and it'll all be done under here. We'll be ready to pull the motor plate bolts and take the engine out. I don't know if you can see up there, it's kind of blurry, but this is a nut. One of the starter bolts is stripped out, so we just got a through bolt with a nut on the backside, just because it's easier than getting a new bell housing or whatever. You can see we got a little operational hazard sticking through here. Some screws, I think those hold the G meter down up there or something. Floor pan's kind of murdered from cutting the frame rails short to lose 5 pounds. What else we got under here? These are lines that run up to my homemade trans cooler that I made to cool the transmission down between rounds. All right, we got the starter off and all the bell housing and flywheel bolts out. So now we can finish taking this header off right here without worrying about shorting out the bolt, or shorting out the starter rather.
Yeah, do that.
It's a lot easier to get these header bolts out on this side. Once you get the starter out of the way, you can get them from underneath. Because the way they're designed, they're kind of a pain to get to from the top. So I take the bottom ones out from under here, and then climb up top and take the last one out. The headers will both be off. We'll be ready to hang this thing here in just a few minutes.
Let me see. Can you see?
Yeah, you can see. You can see it's a lot easier to get to the bolts from under here. Somewhat. Still not like it's great, but the somewhat good thing about the fact that I just had the engine out is everything I need is handy. Everything I need is right here. And I just used it to put the engine in like yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday when I got home from work, I assembled the short block, put the heads on it, put it in the car, got it running last night like 10 o'clock. And we heat cycled it a couple times, see if the rings were going to seal. And still not happy. So here we are less than 24 hours later. The engine's getting ready to go back on the engine stand. And I'm gonna take it all apart probably tonight. Just that fast, like probably less than an hour, I would say, basically by myself. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a video of teardown, go over what was wrong with the engine, what I did to try to fix it, why it didn't work, maybe if we can figure it out. And you guys will get to see the internal workings and really how basic this combination is and what it takes, you know, to run up front in one of these classes if you're willing to work hard. That's pretty much, I would say, what I'm known for more than anything is just the fact that I just work hard on this thing all the time to try to run up front. And that's more the determining factor, I think, in our wins than anything. So we'll see you guys in a day or so with another video.